Coming to you live from the city that never sleeps, New York City. It's Up Late with Johnny Potenza.
How's everybody doing out there in social media land? Welcome to Up Late with Johnny Potenza, virtual talk. Yes, virtual, no studio. Every now and then I'll do this just to get special guests on. And we do have a special guest tonight. Hailing from Holland, we have first-time author Jean Ramsey. And he's here to talk about his self-titled book, Richie Scarlet, The Emperor of Rock and Roll, A History in Photos. It's a great 320-page tabletop book, and he's here to tell you all about it. So he's in the waiting room right now, which I call the bathroom. So let's get him out of the bathroom without further ado. First-time author, Jean Ramsey. Oh, there he is, my good friend from Holland, Jean Ramsey. How you doing, buddy?
I'm fine, and you?
Doing better now that you're here. How's it going?
I'm really well.
Good. I'm glad you took the time to bring me into your home so we could talk about your new book titled Richie Scarlet, The Emperor of Rock and Roll, A History in Photos. Talk to me. You got the mic.
When I was about 8 years old, I started being a Kiss fan, just like you.
Yeah.
I'm still a Kiss fan.
Me too.
So, through the years, of course, Ace Frehley left the band, and then he started Frehley Scarlet, and with Frehley Scarlet, he hired Richie Scarlet.
Yeah.
So halfway through the 80s, I got acquainted to Richie Scarlet, and basically been a fan ever since. So I really liked the lineup that Ace had with Richie in it. I thought it was terrific.
Yeah.
And besides Kiss and Ace Frehley, I kept following Richie through all these years. So fast forward to 2019, a buddy of mine and myself, we went to a mountain show in Belgium. We met Richie afterwards, and I got kind of reacquainted to his stuff, and I started to do some more research. And the more research I did, the more interested I became in Richie Scarlet. So COVID hit, I had a lot of time left, and I decided, why not? Let's make a book. I always was interested in doing a book. I figured making a book, combine it with one of my favorite subjects, music. I thought it would be a perfect combination.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, good thing that you did it, because this is the first book that actually came out about Richie Scarlet that kind of covers from A to Z. From when he was a kid all the way up into now. I mean, my definition of the book is it's about his life story in photos and quotes, correct?
Correct. Fully correct.
From his family and all the rock stars and local people that he dealt with through all the years. So what was the foundation behind the making of the book that's got you started?
Well, I started chatting with some people online on Facebook, on Messenger, and they were giving me some great information. And then I met up this guy called Scott Sobel, who was he was a drummer in the Tommy V show, and he was a drummer in the Richie Scarlet band for a little while. And he gave me a lot of information, and he made sure I could talk to Carmine. He made sure that I could talk to Corky. And after that, he made sure that I could talk to Richie himself. So that kind of gave the whole project the boost that it needed. And I thank Scott for it.
Well, how'd you hook up with Scott originally? You just found them on Facebook through the history of Richie's?
Yeah, I just found him on Facebook and I texted him on Messenger and he texted back.
That's great. Yeah, he's a good guy. I don't know him, but I heard a lot of good things. I know you have a lot of rock stars, local musicians, all in this book. Tell me the process, how it was getting everybody on there besides the social media with getting the pictures.
It was really, really simple, basically. Everybody that I wrote, everybody that I texted, emailed, or whatever, they all said, "Is it for Richie?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Okay, here you go." Everybody wanted to help out. Everybody wanted to donate their time, their pictures. And nobody asked money for it. Maybe one or two people, but those people didn't make the cut.
There's always a couple of people in the group that want to get some money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fine, but as we didn't have any budget to begin with, it was not the way to go.
No.
So I have like big name photographers like Len DeLessio and Ron Akiyama and Chuck Lanza and stuff like that. They were all in there. They all donated their pictures and their time for free, and that was really appreciated.
Yeah, Len DeLessio is a great guy. I know him very well. Does great work, and he actually did the earlier version of Kiss photos back in the day.
I remember.
Yeah. So I know you got a lot of great stories, a lot of great guests. So why don't you run some of the main names of the celebrities and rock stars that you have in there?
Well, there were really a lot of them in there. One of the favorite ones that I have in there are the guys from the original Alice Cooper group.
Yes.
I've always been a big fan of that period of Alice Cooper. And I actually emailed Neil from the Alice Cooper group, and he just sent me back on the fly, "Here's my phone number, call me right now."
Yeah.
So really unprepared, I was on the phone with one of rock's legends, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. It was an adventure. But besides that, I got to speak with John Regan from the original Comet Band. Yeah, I emailed back and forward with Anton Fig. Todd Howard made his contribution. So, yeah, I couldn't say nice things about them.
Yeah, John Regan's a nice guy, and Todd, nice guy. Once they came back with the Heart of Rock, with Trouble Walking, that was a real kick-ass record.
I agree.
Great tour as well. What comes to mind the most for you?
Well, the most thing that stands out is Richie himself. He was really gracious. He was really kind. We talked 7 or 8 times, 2 or 3 hours at a time, and he was open about everybody and everything, and he made me feel really welcome. So that was a great thing.
Well, besides mentioning some of the people you did before, you forgot like a lot of these people that he grew up with, like say Bonnie Parker. Who else did he play with? Leslie West.
We have Mountain in there. He played with Mountain. He played, of course, with the Bonnie Parker band. There are lots of people from the period from the Richie Scarlet band, the Richie Scarlet and the Seducers. I tracked down some of the drummers he worked with. I tracked down the bass players, the guitarists. I tracked down everybody. Richie said, "You got a hold of people that I didn't speak to for like 20 years, but they all were happy to help out on this project."
It's amazing. 20 years sometimes goes. It's 20 years, but when you think about it, sometimes you don't see people. It seems like yesterday.
Yeah, on some parts it is. There are also a few people that I would have loved to have been in the book.
Yes.
But somehow it didn't materialize. One of them is Doug Palmer.
Doug Palmer. I could vouch for him. He's been busy. He was very busy. I kept telling him, but at least he made it in the book with the NYB pictures. And I think there's a picture of him and Richie Scarlet in there as well, right?
Yeah, correct. And another guy I wanted to have in the book is Sebastian Bach. A friend of mine who reached out on my behalf to him. Got an answer, but unfortunately too late. The book was already at print. So his quote couldn't be in there. He wanted to, but it was too late. And the last one that I wanted to have in there was Ace Frehley. But unfortunately, I couldn't get past this management.
What a shame. The original Space Ace Frehley, original lead guitar player from Kiss. One thing I could say, their management company is they're very hard to get a phone call back. And John, the manager, I know him very well. He owes me about 10 calls. So if you see this, John, I'll be holding my breath. So if I'm dead by the time you call me, what are you gonna do?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Now, Gene, talk about the day that you presented the book to Richie in Bonn, Germany, I believe, in November of 2022.
Yeah, correct. So we had some sample books made up, and Richie was coming over to Europe again with Mountain. So we set a date, and the date was in Bonn. And I was his guest for the whole day, me and a friend of mine. And we stayed there the whole day backstage in the dressing room, during sound check, during dinner. He signed like 100 autographs for these autograph cards that we are putting in with the book bundles. He couldn't be more gracious and more sincerely happy about the fact that we did this book. So that was a great day. We even got a shout out from Corky live from the stage, where he surprised Richie, saying that Richie got his first book that day. So that was kind of cool.
He popped his cherry.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got to tell you, the book is great. It's phenomenal. It's what is it? 328 pages, correct?
320 pages, yeah.
320 pages, tabletop book, full of a lot of great glossy and black and white colored photos, great graphics. I'm sure you had your time and into doing this. What did you put into doing this book? 150, 200 hours, Gene?
More. I didn't.
More than that, yeah, huh?
Yeah, I didn't keep track. So I have my full-time job. I have my 2 children. So I did this like in the evenings at overtime, because there was nowhere else to go. So I made use of that time.
You were smart. You were smart to take your time and use it.
I could have watched Netflix all day, but that doesn't get much farther.
We actually started recording during COVID. Did some recording and some writing with Richie and everything. We had a little side project going with some side originals. I came to him with a half a song. We needed a bridge and a build up. He wrote it. We went into the studio, recorded it, and he got some high-end studio musicians like Wayne Cobbin and Arnold Heckel, major studio musicians, and they all played like 3 horns each, and we all overdubbed everything in big fat sound, and it came out great. You gave us a nice page in there. Anything that Richie touches turns to magic. And we're going to be seeing you in a couple of months at the Chiller Expo in New Jersey.
Exactly.
April 28th, yeah, right? April 28th, 29th, and 30th. You're going to be selling the book with Richie, and then Richie's going to be playing on Saturday night.
Yeah. So if they're going to let me in the States, I'm going to be there. So I'm really looking forward to meeting Richie again, meeting you. And yeah, my first time on Chiller, so let's and first time in the US, so let's see.
They better let you in. You better make sure your passport's all up to date.
Oh, that's all taken care of.
If not, we're going to have to get you a Fugazi one with a different name. We'll call you Frank Smith.
Oh,
John Smith.
Yeah.
From the UK. Yeah. So what else we got here before we let you go? Got a lot of conversation. Now, Gene, where can people buy the book online if they're interested in purchasing it?
Yeah, Richie-Scarlet-book.com.
You hear that, everybody? It's Richie-Scarlet-book.com. Everything's up there. Check it out. It's a great book. Any Kiss fan, any Ace Frehley fan, mostly any Richie Scarlet fan, you got to buy it. It's great. As Richie would say, it's fabulous. So before we let Gene go, I want to tell Gene he has this sandwich that he makes that's really cool. I didn't get to taste it yet, but he told me about it. It's an American version of a what is it called? A grilled cheese sandwich, but he uses salami on it. So, Gene, will you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's just a thing that we do over here, and they call it a tosti. So it's not your Michelin star restaurant thing, but it's more like a jailhouse sandwich.
The jailhouse sandwich. That's what I told Gene. It's like a jailhouse sandwich. So if you get arrested over here and they send you to Rikers, at least you could cook some of those sandwiches.
Exactly.
You'll be taken care of.
So yeah, if all goes well, I'm ending up at Chillo's. I will make you one of those.
Yeah, no, you definitely have to make one. I'll even bring the George Foreman grill, and we'll just cook it in the room.
Good, we'll do that.
It's an easy make, right? Oh, Gene, before we sign you off, I'd like to thank you for being, to let me in your home and interviewing you, bringing me into the book and let me help you with some of the process of getting some of those photos. For everybody out there, Gene will be helping us out for a while, and if things work out, he'll be our full-time graphic artist for the Late Night with Johnny P show. And if you work hard, Gene, you keep your head straight and keep your mouth shut, maybe we'll open up the books for you. And you come in with us, and you could become a wise guy. How's that?
Just let me know who needs to go swimming with the fishies, and we'll be fine.
No, I will. I'll have someone all ready for you. But all kidding aside, you're a great man. You're a great father. You're a good family man. You got 2 great kids, and I can't wait to see you guys and hang out with you at the Chiller Expo.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, have a good night, Gene.
Same to you. Hey, bye, Johnny.
All right, guys, it's about that time. We got to say goodnight. Follow us on www.johnnyptv.com. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Snapchat. So I'm Johnny Potenza. TikTok. There you go, TikTok. He knows better than me. Good. You're hired. And TikTok. Yeah, Snapchat. I don't do Snapchat. That's for the kids. So take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you again somewhere out there. Good night.